Hi guys, welcome to Palace of the Core. My name is Stephen Dawes. Thank you for joining me as always. Right, I wasn't going to do a video on this subject, but there's been lots of rumours going around. But TalkSport, and I know it's TalkSport, they've done a piece on it, and I thought that I would give my opinion on the situation, shall we say. And this is, of course, Oliver Glasner being a top target of RB Leipzig. Now, according to TalkSport, Red Bull's latest recruit Jurgen Klopp has put Oliver Glasner top of the wish list at RB Leipzig. I knew there was a reason I wasn't going to like him taking that job. And so it looks as though he has been kind of headhunted by Jurgen Klopp. Now, apparently, again, according to TalkSport, representatives of Oliver Glasner and RB Leipzig have had initial discussions. Now, of course, it's probably just testing of the waters. That doesn't mean anything is going to happen, but it obviously means that they are genuinely of interest to him. He generally is interesting to them. And I think that even though we've had this amazing season, we had an amazing last half of last season under his stewardship, I do feel as though we are probably close to a rebuild of the team. And the reason I say that is because we've got lots of players now who are sparking a lot of interest from big clubs. Mark Gahey hasn't agreed any kind of new deal with Palace, so I think he's going to go. There was that story that Eze is thinking that this might be the time to move on. Adam Wharton is sparking a lot of interest. JB Mateta sparking a lot of interest. So, you know, I think that this could be, if things go badly for us, this could be us having to rebuild the team. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Oliver Glasner will go if that's the case, but if he's going to lose that many of good players, it could be perhaps an indication that maybe he might want to go somewhere else. I mean, obviously RB Leipzig are very close to being in the Champions League at the moment, so there is that pull of the Champions League if RB Leipzig do make it that far. Now, of course, if we win the FA Cup, which I know is you know, it's in not beyond the realms of possibility. If we do win the FA Cup, then that means that we will, of course, be in Europe as well, and that may prompt Oliver Glasner to want to stay, and it may also prompt some of these players to want to stay because they're going to get European football. So there's a whole raft of ifs and buts to this situation, which make it very uncertain, and of course makes it very unstable for the team. Now, apparently, Crystal Palace have been looking at potential replacements for Jurgen Klopp, even potential replacements for Oliver Glasner should he decide to leave. And I think that that's prudent, because obviously you want to make sure that if it does happen, that there is going to be time to get someone who you might think would be do a good job. At the same time, you know, does this mean that they know something we don't? It's a bit speculation, I understand that, but I just thought I'd give you my opinion on it. I think a lot hinges around the FA Cup ties. I think if we lose that, we may well have to admit defeat in terms of selling some of our players who may want to move on. But I think if we win the FA Cup, then I think that this could settle a lot of people down at the club, and could mean that we keep hold of a lot of our good players and maybe even our manager. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about this, what you think about the potential of him going to RB Leipzig. If that does happen, if he does decide to leave and go to RB Leipzig, who would you want to come in his place? Who would you like to replace him at Crystal Palace? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well, of course. Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for joining me. Please do subscribe if you've got this far, and I'll see you next time.